I think by having these conversations out loud, we can give someone an opportunity to realize I'm not alone. Because so often we go through experiences, we don't talk about them. And by not talking about them, there's someone else out there that is probably going through the same thing, but they're thinking that they're the only one experiencing it. Because they think they're the only ones experiencing it, they think that they're the problem. They internalize and inherently start blaming themselves for whatever is going on in their lives. So I think very simply by talking about these things that end up going unspoken, we give someone an opportunity to finally realize that there's nothing wrong with them. In fact, there are hundreds, thousands, millions of other people experiencing something very similar, if not the same. And for almost 200 episodes, I've been asking other people to share their journey, their life experiences around what's happening in their life as they continue to try to be their most authentic self. These exclusive episodes that I'm trying to drop every Friday will be me challenging myself to do the same thing. And I'm a habitual journaler. I think that's the right word. Like I can't start my day without journaling. The way I try to explain is that I have so many thoughts in my head and feelings and emotions, and I need to transfer that energy somewhere. So it started off with a pen and paper, it's evolved to an iPad, it's going to evolve to the app that we're going to launch. But I figured, how can I bring y'all into that vulnerable space of me journaling and still keep it on the podcast? So what I've decided to do is launch a second episode every week where I'm just giving y'all my journal. I'm going to do live, well, not live, but I'm going to record myself doing an audio journal entry. So with that said, on every episode, I'm just gonna ask myself two questions, which is what I always do when I start journaling. I ask myself, how am I feeling? And how do I want to feel? With that said, let's get into it. So, how am I feeling? It's the first week of 2024. First week of 2024 is complete. Well, kind of. It's Friday when I'm recording this. And today I am feeling disappointed in myself. It's hard. It's something that I struggle with because I am ambitious. I do set ambitious goals for myself, and it's a gift and a curse, right? Because the ambition is what's gotten me to this point, but at the same time, the ambition often sets myself up for potential disappointment, right? And at the beginning of the year, the image that I'm putting in my head is this. Okay, imagine like a race, like at the Olympics, right? Like Usain Bolt, a bunch of the other fastest people in the world are like getting ready. They're setting up, right? And they're waiting for that gunshot fire in the air, which I think is a gunshot fire. I don't know, but it sounds like it's like that pop. And that pop signifies like the start of the race, right? For me, this isn't a race, but for me, it's a marathon. 2024 is a marathon, 365 days in a year to accomplish what I want to do, right? And for me, that gunshot is January 1st or the 2nd. And let's just say that the year started off kind of rough. So I went out January 31st and I woke up the first on my carpet, on my carpet. I was about to say on my carpet floor, but no, on my carpet. In my living room, I have a carpet, and on the carpet is my TV. On the front of the carpet, my TV. On the back of the carpet is essentially my sofa. And in the middle, I slept there. So that means I came home, ate my bacon, egg, and cheese that I ordered. Maybe I was sitting on the sofa, maybe I was sitting on the floor eating it. Who knows? I was drinking whatever drink I had, water, some sort of electrolytes. And my drunk ass said, "This looks comfortable. Let me lay down." And I fell asleep there. So if your boy fell asleep on his, like, not even, if I didn't even make it to my bed, I didn't even make it to my sofa, and I fell asleep on the floor, You bets to believe I was hungover the next day, right? So the first, you could just wipe that whole day off. I didn't do anything productive that day, right? Cool. Well, your boy's 33. So that second day, wipe that bitch off completely as well. So imagine you're about to run a race and pop, right? Everybody's getting ready to run. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'm killing it this year. And I need to start off strong to continue that momentum, right? So first 2 days, shot. So we get to like January 3rd, which is I don't even know when was January 3rd, whatever day it was. It like I just got to the third and I'm like, all right, first day, second day, didn't do any work, also didn't work out, also ate like shit. And for me, like a couple days in a row of just doing that gets me into such a spiral of just bad habits. So all of that to say, like this first week, it just continued into bad habits of not feeling productive, not feeling fit and strong, and accomplished, not feeling like I'm going on the right path. And in my head, I was very hard on myself. I was like, you're fucking up, which this is something else that happened. Because I was so hard on myself, was like, you're fucking up. You let 2 days slip, you let third day slip. In the middle of the day, when I was being so hard on myself mentally, I ended up taking an anxiety nap. I'm like, I'm not gonna be productive today. Let me just take a nap. Let me see if I feel better when I wake up, right? Because my anxiety naps, what I do is like the idea is that if I sleep on it, I'm gonna wake up and forget about all this, right? Yeah, kind of. It worked out. I woke up, kind of forgot about it, but I woke up so groggy and also it fucked up my whole sleep schedule. So instead of falling asleep on time, now I was up to like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, doing absolutely shit, nothing, just watching something on Netflix, which if I'm falling asleep at 2, 3 in the morning, that means I'm not going to wake up early, which is then going to continue the cycle of what I wanted to avoid in the first place, right? It's just interesting how like one day can lead to another, can lead to another. But yeah, I've been very, very hard on myself this week. But or and or period, whatever. One thing that I am proud of myself is getting to the point where I can recognize that I'm spiraling and be a little bit more realistic with myself. At one point, and I don't even remember when, it might have been like late yesterday when I did I take an anxiety nap yesterday? Probably. It might have been this morning, but I got to a point late yesterday or this morning where I was a little bit more realistic and I stopped being so hard on myself. I essentially told myself, yo, there's 365 days in the year. Even if you wasted all 7 days of this week, there's still like there's still 350 plus days in the year. Like, bro, relax. There's plenty of time to still make an impact on your goals. Even if you fuck up the whole month, bro, there's still 11 months left in the year. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna fuck around for the whole month, but it was an interesting reality check to say, all right, going back to that example of me setting up for this Olympic race that is 2024, maybe the biggest race of my life, of my career. Who knows? Right? I'm getting ready to start. Ha- Let's say I get the best start ever, right? For this race. Interesting analogy that I got going on. Anyway, let's say I get the best start ever, which is I'm equating to this first week in January. Even if I sent all the emails that I wanted to, if I posted all the content that I wanted to, if I did everything that I could have in this first week, I don't think it would have, well, who knows? But it's just 1 week. Like, how much even could I have done in that 1 week? You know what I mean? Like, my mind often goes to this idea of I'm wasting time, right? In this example of like the whole week, I wasted a week. But then again, what if I even look at it from the perspective of, well, what could I have even done in that week? Sure, a lot, but Would it have changed? Is it something that I couldn't have done next week? All the emails that I'm talking about that I wanted to send this week, I could literally send it over the weekend or the next week. Like no one is even asking me to send these emails. Like I'm setting up my own deadlines. I'm working for myself. I'm setting my own deadlines. I'm setting expectations. I'm setting my own ambitions. I'm doing all of this. So just as much power that I have to set them up, I also have enough power to push them back. And I need to find that balance for myself. That is difficult of ambition, grace, patience, understanding, all of those things. It's kind of like that, just like blend of that. And it's not that I don't want to be ambitious, because that's just who I am. It's in my nature. I'm a dreamer. I dream about shit to the point that people call me delusional. That the doubt in people inspires me, and then I go do it. Yeah, the ambition is not the problem. I think it's what happens if I don't do what I intended to do, potentially. I just got to be more gentle with myself. So if your 2024 is off to a slow start, just know that you're not alone. Also know that you have 350 plus days left in the year to accomplish whatever you wanted to accomplish. I'm sorry, whatever you want to accomplish. Also, how are you feeling so far this year? Ask yourself, like, how are you feeling? Again, the first question that I ask myself. And then, how do you want to feel? So for me, when I say, how do I want to feel, the words that come to mind are really the words that come to mind for me all the time. Like, the answer for me of how do I want to feel doesn't change that often. I want to feel fit. I want to feel strong. Because I know I know if I work out, like, first of all, it's when I do my best thinking, look good, feel good, do good, etc., etc. So I want to feel fit. I want to feel strong. I want to feel healthy, right? So I got to start eating a little better. And I want to feel accomplished. I want to feel productive. Now I just got to make it happen.